Hello, Internet. Hope you are all very, very well. I don't know what's going on here, but this is Kate. I'm obviously, again, not Benny Shakes. This is Kate Shakes Things Up, which is a subsidiary. It's kind of like a thing. It's the fifth Benny Shakes Things Up, which is actually the second Kate Shakes Things Up, which is the fourth. But I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. But it's a Friday night, and so you've decided to join us here at Benny Shakes. He is still here. He's lovely and in the corner and watching me. So he has very good reasons for not being able to do the podcast today, but he thought it might be nice if we still carried on with it and interviewed another comedian. If you would like to donate to the podcast, there is a little PayPal donation right down below. Oh, hello. He is watching because I can see from the ticker tape. Benny, if you'd like to come in, do say. But obviously, I know you're busy tonight. So hello. He is here. If you'd like to donate to the podcast, please do down below. Myself or Benny do not get paid for this. However, we do pay some headline acts every so often to come in and work with us. This evening, I am joined by the wonderful Paisley Boyd. I'm going to let them introduce themselves a little bit, but I am excited to talk all things comedy with them. So I'm going to add them to the stream now. Welcome, Paisley.
Hello, can you all hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you, which is probably an indicator that we're doing it right.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear.
How are you this evening? Are you all right?
I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to this view because I don't know if my left or my right's on this camera.
Right,
so
I don't know what everyone's... Sorry, carry on.
Oh no, it's all right. No, for anyone that can't see this, it's not like Zoom where it kind of reflects it back to you, and if you put up your right arm, it's your right arm. It's different. It's a cross. So me trying to figure out which way to put my fringe is quite difficult today.
That was quite a lot of the setup, in fairness, is trying to work out which way round we're all doing it and going, I don't know where anything is.
Where's my... it's a lot of like staring at yourself as well. Like during the last 6 months, it's been just that kind of mirror you in the kind of corner, a bit like a bird. Like, well, I don't know if you know, I've been looking into getting a pet bird, but I was like, I'm going to get one bird and we can be friends, and maybe it should have a friend. And then I was like, I'll get it a mirror. And I looked up and there's this really sad kind of thing in the facts. It said, if you get a mirror for a bird, it will like mirror itself more than it will like you. So at the moment, it's just what Zoom is for me. I'm just staring at myself. Can't have a normal conversation out beyond the internet.
That explains my grandmother's budgie so much. Grandmother's budgie just used to peck at us and go over to the window. It's like, let me out. But yeah, welcome. So if you do have any questions for Paisley or myself, please do put them in the comment section. We love to hear from you. We love to know that there are people watching. It's always very nice to know, because otherwise we're just streaming into the void of the internet and going, hello. It's nice to talk to you all if you're there eventually. But yes, so Paisley, in true Benny Shakes Things Up style, I'm going to ask the traditional opening question, which, as we're a podcast for disabled comedians, is, what is your superpower?
Yes, so my superpower, I'm autistic, and there's a few other things as well. I mean, I have part of one of my sets is a very long list of things. But I'd say like my main superpower, autism there. And then we've also got things like dyslexia and dyspraxia, but all quite late diagnosis that I got. Lucky to get a diagnosis because it takes so long. But as an adult, so sort of the last 6 years or so with some of that through sort of having troubles at university, but got through kind of school and stuff. So yeah, I would say those really. There's a few other things. I don't know. Yeah.
That's good. Well, it's good to hear about. So And okay, just seeing people pop up going, hello, because that's odd. If you actually have any questions, it's lovely to say hello, but it's great if you have any questions, please do. And so, what made you go into comedy?
So with me in comedy, I don't know. I don't want to be too stereotypical. I went to a gig and I saw, but I'm going to do it. So I've wanted to do it for a few years. A few years ago, my friend dragged me to a comedy event in Manchester. I can't remember the venue, but it was great. But they sat at the front. I was terrified. And but actually it was good because the acts were lovely. I saw acts like Harriet Dyer and stuff, people like that, and I loved her stuff. So I very much kind of thought, I want to try this. I want to go on stage, but it took a couple of years later, and I had some friends that actually helped me. I got together a set, and I sort of just went on stage and saw, well, let's try it out. Did 10 minutes, and then I loved it too much.
I love the fact that you start going, I did 10 minutes of my first set because I'm a London-based comedian, and any London-based comedian will tell you that doesn't happen. It's 5.
Yeah.
So if you want to do a longer set, people, if anybody's out there thinking, I'd always love to try comedy, but 5 minutes is a bit short, go up north or somewhere other than London is the answer to that one. But you'll find how difficult it is to film 5 minutes sometimes. So,
I struggled to do 5 minutes afterwards. I think I know what I learned from that was very much I talk a lot, and I mean you could probably tell from today I talk a lot and I feel a lot in with things, and sometimes my rambles just go off and I don't know where I'm going, and then I'll say something else. So I mean, I think the 10 minutes was okay when we first set, but we're trying to do a 5 minutes and trying to condense it down and actually get some jokes in and actually the right kind of flow to it was more of a challenge. And I think, starting with 5 minutes is a good starting point with that. But so I really noticed how much I talk to fill in that 10 minutes, and trying to kind of reduce that and then bring that back again is kind of like what I've been doing for the last I was going to say 6 months, but I've done a few online gigs, but it's very different.
And can I ask your style? This is my question. Do you like to sort of have everything prepared, what you're going to say in advance, or is it very much sort of, I know the punchline and I'll sort of get there?
It's good if I don't ramble, if I don't give myself that chance sometimes. But I did I think Sam last time was talking about knowing that punchline, and I was like, oh, okay, that's an I never thought of doing it like that. For me, it was I kind of have these kind of set kind of things that to get to, and I would have the words to it. Now and then they would slightly change, but I had pretty much a script. I'm trying to be a lot more not looser with it, but trying to kind of adapt it more to audiences, because I find that really hard. If I've got something set to say, I want to do that, and I think it comes from me overly planning things. So I'm working on how I kind of improve with that. And my first ever gig, I got heckled by a cat. My second online gig, I got heckled by a cat. It's an ongoing theme.
I've heard this. How were you heckled by a cat?
So my first ever gig, there was a cat in a pushchair buggy kind of thing, right at the front, right in front of me. And as soon as I walk on stage, there's just this kind of noise, I suppose a meow, and it just sort of got up and turned around and refused to kind of look at me as soon as I went on stage. So that was a little off. I just spent about kind of 30 seconds laughing at the cat, and then had to tell everyone what was happening, because obviously they couldn't see that because they were all behind this cat in this kind of chair thing.
That's the
So,
golden
yeah.
rule, isn't it? You can't have things going on that you need to explain it to the rest of the audience what has
Yeah,
happened.
it's just me laughing into into this chair. So yeah, no, I had to explain it. But yeah, so and then another time, yeah, there was a strange noise on the online gig, and then later on it was like, I'm really sorry about that, Paisley, that was my cat. But they were kind of just dropped in a very quiet part of my set. And I was
really
like,
sorry. I'm really sorry I don't have a cat tonight. Okay, I'm so sorry. I wish I had a cat. I'm more of a dog person, but I still don't have a dog that could come in and heckle you. I think I've been heckled by someone falling off a chair, which is my favourite heckle. Someone fell off a chair, and I was just like, "Are you trying to join like the disability club? What's going on over here?" And that was my favourite ever heckle. So I was just like, and she was just she was hopefully okay. I don't know. I never even asked if she was okay. No wonder the crowd turned on me. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot to ask. Are you okay?
yeah.
Heartless.
I like on more and more Zoom meetings, video meetings, there's so many people's cats that just take over, and it's my favorite thing. Just taking over or knocking over the stream, or like people that I work with, their kids take over the stream to show that they've got biscuits, and then they run off. Oh, look what we got! And then they run off. So yeah, it's been quite funny to see animals and children and stuff take over the Zoom meetings.
I have had one of my colleagues' children come and look at us, and he was going, "What's going on, Mummy? What's going on? What's going on?" About 2 years old. Brought him on, and we all went, "Hi!" And we all said his name. We're like, "Hi!" And he just started crying. I was like, "Oh, okay." She was like, "Now do you see why I didn't get you involved? Because it would have upset you." No. That was what was. Oh, they all did. It was like, I don't know who these people are. I'm like, I know. So, yeah. I'm trying to think of other questions I can ask you. I mean, I know what I'm going to ask you, Paisley. Time has now come. I mean, by the way, fantastic. Can we all just appreciate Paisley's shirt? Just because I think they're wearing a fantastic shirt there. Oh, that is a good question. I will ask it in a minute. Because I know where we're going with this. So I've got another question in my head. But Benny has asked, how many online gigs have you done?
I've done 2. It doesn't feel like a lot. Yeah, I've done 2, and both with Laugh Able, actually. I've done 2.
Just shout out to Mark.
Yeah.
Who's brilliant from Laugh Able. He's fantastic. So yes, carry on.
So yeah, just the 2 at the moment. I've been looking at a few others because it's quite a new. I mean, it's been a while now that they've been going online gigs, but I'm sort of building up, doing more, and sort of how to kind of deliver jokes on there is quite different. And I did have some sort of trouble with like camera setup and things like that, because I like to move around quite a lot. And I find it quite hard if it's kind of static. So trying to get that balance of how it looks and sounds as well.
Told it's great if you can stand up, but it's that thing of kind of going, if I stand up, you see my entire house. Particularly this one person was like, can we have like a neutral background, which is obviously not what's going on here. It's like if you have it all going together, it's like, okay, so I'm moving around and I'm moving towards the thing, and suddenly I'm really far away. It's like I've suddenly gone, I'm out here in the garden. You're down the other way. Can you still hear me?
Then a cat walks by, and you know,
a cat walks by. Although it would be amazing, just by a cat. Do you even know one of the cat's names was?
No, I never got the cat's names.
So it's got to be a nameless cat.
Yeah,
it's got to be a nameless cat. Okay, Benny liked the answer to that question.
Thank you, Benny.
I love how we're being heckled by the page that we're actually streaming on with no control over it. It's my favourite thing. It's great. Keep it coming in. So my big question, I should explain to the to our lovely audience, Paisley and I have something in common, because was it your second online gig that you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, second online gig. I did at the same gig as you. And we both had Pringles routines. or at least mention Pringles in our act. So my obvious magazine style question, which is what I do on this podcast, is what is your favourite Pringle flavour, and what is the weirdest Pringle flavour? Because I know we've done research.
Yeah, so favourite flavour. I'm quite limited now because I'm vegan, and so I think there's probably a few more that I can have, but the ones that you can kind of grab easily in the supermarket is the barbecue one and the really like salted one. And so I'd say barbecue out of those.
It's
I'm
it's
quite
strange that the
limited.
barbecue one is, but the sour cream, like the chive one, isn't. That's a bit
Yeah,
weird. It's
I
like,
can't. Yeah, and I'm just checking now. I've just got to here.
is this
Yeah,
vegan?
definitely vegan.
Yes, that's good. And what is the weirdest flavour?
Weirdest
Because
flavour.
we've done research.
Right, I've done research and I don't know. There's a few. I don't know if we can. So I find it weird that there's some sweet flavored ones, and it's not like they're actually chocolate or anything. Like you get the chocolate shaped Pringles, and they're actually chocolate. It's so there's things like pecan pie, and there's a pumpkin spice, and I think there's a yogurt and a cola one, which is
I mean, I love me a cola, but no, that is
not a
not
Pringle.
that is not a thing. By the way, we just want to point out, by the way, we are not sponsored by Pringles. I mean, if Pringles would love to sponsor us, as Benny would always say, we're always looking for sponsorship here, but it's not the point of this podcast. Um, yeah, I like a good salsa. They used to do salsa ones. They
Yes, yeah,
salsa ones, and they used to. Do you remember they used to come in little? You could like save up and get little
with
kind of
plastic.
portion pots, as they called them. So it was better for like consumption because you could only eat so many.
You put them in your lunch. Well, I used to get them in my
Yeah,
lunchbox. So you'd buy a big tub, and then you'd get the little plastic one, and you put them in, and yeah.
yeah. I think they worked out that they didn't then sell as many of the smaller pots. They went, but
And
yeah.
then yeah, the what I think the strangest one I did find is the mayo potato,
Yeah,
mayonnaise potato.
I saw loaded potato flavour, and I was like, what is this? Like, okay, like you even for starters saying Pringles are made of potatoes is sometimes a little sketchy. Um, but the idea that then loaded potato, what is it? What is that?
I have no idea. This one had a jacket potato on it, so I think it was trying to hint that it's a jacket potato with mayonnaise on it, but then a Pringle. I just find it weird. And it's the same with like there's an onion ring one as well, and I'm just like, isn't that just onion, or is there a? How do they bottle up this flavor?
Also, like if you look in America, they do various different styles of barbecue flavor. So it's like barbecue ranch, barbecue pork, and it's like, sorry, how is there that much differentiation in a barbecue thing that isn't actually food, that isn't the food that it is? That is very, very bizarre.
I don't know
And
my barbecue well enough to.
no, I mean that's an American thing. I don't understand it, so it's like the thing. But yes, if anybody has any thoughts on their favourite flavour Pringle, please do put them in the comments, and we will randomly, because we're probably going to move on from the Pringles talk.
Well,
So
did you find any? Did you find any interesting flavors or?
I mean, apparently there's some sort of guess the Pringles competition going on. And if you're in
Oh, okay.
America, can you tell us about this? Because this is hilarious. There's like a guess the Pringles flavor competition where they like have a tube of Pringles and you've got to guess the flavor of them. But is that cheating? Do they have different flavors? I don't know. What's going on? What is happening there? I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm just going to say that Benny liked that. So we thought Benny thought we were funny. Yeah. So other questions that we have. So Pringles. Moving on from Pringles. Very okay. Although I do have to say, as it's Benny Shakes podcast, and it wouldn't be Benny Shakes without this particular thing. I think they should do a Pringles thing that is inside like a bake from Greg's. That
18 minutes.
awesome.
That's 18 minutes.
Also, 18 minutes. It's not quite the record of 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and we have to try and make we have to try and make Greg's come up automatically. We can't just come online and go Greg's. that's cheating. That's not the name of the game. The rules I just made up. I just pointed out that quite a few people have gone, they've said Greg's, and now we've got people watching Paisley, but it's that thing of that I said Greg's, and suddenly a few people dropped off. So it's like I've got what I came here for.
They came here for Greg's.
I came here for Greg's. It's over.
What about sausage roll flavoured Pringles?
Well, that would be awesome. Sausage roll or vegan sausage roll.
Or
Why
vegan,
not?
yeah.
Let's go with that. That would be awesome. Please do, if you have any questions. If you've got any questions, please put them in. I'm being such a podcaster. I'm like, oh, please give like, share and subscribe, all that kind of nonsense. As I think, like, oh, don't spill things. I'm spilling my gin now. That's not good.
I've got a flask, but it is water.
I like that. That's a good plan. So I'm going to ask you to possibly ruin your next set by saying, have a favourite joke of your own.
Oh, okay. So, sorry, I'm just seeing the comments come in about Pringle flavours. We might have to go back in a bit. So my favourite joke...
I'll put it up in a minute just for my own amusement.
Okay, so how do I say this without ruining... Oh, no.
It was a closed question, so you could just go, yes.
Yes. I have a joke about... Oh, no, I don't know. I like my Pringles one as well. I
do love your Pringles stuff. That's
yeah,
true.
And I have some good kind of opening ones that I really enjoy. Well, I enjoy saying anyway. So yeah, I don't mind saying this one. So my kind of favorite kind of bits is where I've started taking testosterone. I'm non-binary. I've been waiting quite a few years in the NHS for hormones, and it's been 3 weeks now. But a lot of my jokes that I have kind of a bit of a set around is my goals for when I'm on testosterone, and one of them is my facial hair. So you can see where that's going with that, and I do enjoy that one because I have a lot of actions and a lot of movement and kind of playing around with how I present it as well, which I really enjoy. But if I run around too much, I'll have to take my inhaler.
Do you feel, and this is a question about disability and about taking testosterone and being non-binary, do you feel the pressure to address that in your stand-up at all? Or do you feel like, I think I asked the question of Sam last week, or Sam got asked the question the same last week, and I asked the same of Helen as well. Do you feel the pressure to talk about it, or do you not feel the pressure to talk about certain things about yourself?
No, I don't feel the pressure. I mean, some people have suggested that they want to hear more, and that's just kind of what they were interested in, and the kind of feedback that I've got. But like, especially for me, like, there's some things that I will talk about, and there's some things that I maybe won't. But I enjoy talking about some aspects and the jokes that I make from them, because it's kind of like, it's really nice to kind of play out some of these scenarios or these kind of things that I maybe struggle with as well. And then I'm able to kind of make some sort of light-hearted jokes about it, but not mock myself either. It's just little observations that come with these things. And so I don't know, I enjoy incorporating that into it. A lot of my set and things at the moment is about me. And I just found that kind of was easier to write, but a lot of it is like strange observations as well. So some of it does go a bit surreal. I mean, one time I started naming all the foxes on my shirt, and I didn't plan that. That just went.
What was the best name of a fox on your shirt?
I think I named them all. So I was just like, because this one's, I don't know where I'm going. So this one's Rodney. This one, Roger. You can't see now. There's a name. This one's Rodney.
Rodney.
This one's also Rodney. They're all Rodney apart from Nick. But he's not. Oh, Nick's annoying.
Great.
Hopefully no one in the audience is called Nick. Have we lost anyone? And they're just all Nick is gone now.
Oh, it's gone up. So we've had some Nicks tuning in going, I hear a link. There's got something going on about me. And just because I'm enjoying this, Yay for vegan sausage roll flavour. And thank you, Rachel Amy Hain, to which I say thank you, because I know that Rachel does a lot of BSL. She is learning a lot of BSL. So thank you. Look at me being so clever. I should try and learn sign language so I can sign the whole thing. That would be great. But that would be a bit weird. A bit weird that I then did that. A little bit. Oh, sorry. You just kind of went like that, and I was like, your hand kind of disappeared behind your microphone, and I was like,
oh wait, oh, is it? I've been moving I'm moving this. That's why, and I think
that's okay because your hand disappeared. Yeah. So I'm going to ask: is there anything you want to promote? At the moment.
Yes, there is something. I might have to get it in front of me because otherwise I forget very easily with things.
That is fine. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just talking. So get it in front of you, and I'll have another swig of lovely gin.
So for this to make a little bit more sense, I am assistant comedy producer with Bradford Fringe Festival, and we did do a load of online things this year for our whole festival, which was really great. Sam, who saw a few weeks ago on here, was on one of the shows, and it was great. We had loads of really cool people, and so I'm just going to read it. So we have an LGBTQ plus poets and poetry kind of event coming up on the sorry, I can't see it very well.
31st of October, isn't it?
I think so. It is a Halloween. No, 30th, Friday the 30th of October. And it's an online event. I can always share it on the Facebook and things like that, or it'll be on my Twitter as well if you want to follow me at Paisley J Boyd. And
is that J with a J as in the
just
initial,
the letter.
or just the initial? Cool.
Just the initial.
Carry on. Sorry. Carry on.
No, that's good. So yeah, at Paisley J Boyd, just with the letter. It's if there's any poets, spoken word, kind of performers that want to take part as well, they are looking for people. So if you look out for the poster of that, it's a poetry fundraiser for Keighley Pride as well. I should say that. Yeah.
Cool.
All online.
That is very cool. So do follow Paisley online. Yes, follow people online. That's a good, because in the way that is allowed. Just pointing that one out. Not like weird ways. Follow people online at the public and available ways of following people online. On public profiles, that's what I'm looking at. Public profiles. Yeah. I completely lose my words, and Benny's going to sack me. Just to clarify, by the way, when I said weird that I do BSL, should point out that obviously my hand doesn't work very well, so that's why I said that would be weird, because that wouldn't be very clear. BSL. I wish I could do better. I should just point that one out to anyone who was wondering. So, Paisley, yes. Very important question. If you were a biscuit, what kind of biscuit would you be?
It's not even going to be a vegan biscuit. So I like for me, fancy biscuits are just any biscuits with chocolate on them. So if you got the good guess round, and you get the fancy biscuits out. But like a shortbread or anything with chocolate shortbread or something like that, I think, yeah. If I had to go vegan, I don't know, actually.
You know, Oreos are vegan, don't you?
Oreos are vegan, yes.
Yes, yeah. I knew this because I once gave a colleague, I was like, look, we've bought some biscuits for you. And we bought some biscuits that you can eat. And I had one of the biscuits that you can eat. She's like, they're my biscuits. I was like, no, we bought biscuits that you can eat, not that you get all the biscuits. But it was, yes, Oreos are vegan. So yes, if you were going Oreos, if you were going vegan, what would you go with?
I do like Oreos with the double ones, actually, because I don't really go for the biscuit part itself. Any biscuit that I can kind of dismantle and then eat individually in parts seems to be the ones that I go for. But did you know there's lots of weird flavors of Oreos as well? So
yes, what is with this weird thing? Oh, Rachel has just pointed out that party rings are also vegan. I mean, it's official. All the best vegans are biscuits. All the best vegans are vegan. I have no ability for language tonight. Apparently, I just can't say anything right. Oh, it's been a long week. So yes, so that's your favorite biscuit. That's the biscuit you would be. And would you and what season are you as a person? Look how look, this is where I get my ideas from, like, Shout magazine circa 1998. I need people to answer the questions.
So we're on about the seasons and not seasoning, right? Seasons.
Not seasoning. No, I'm not interested in whether you like paprika, because we've already established that's not your favorite Pringles flavor. So therefore it's not your seasoning.
Autumn, because
Autumn.
Have tiny pumpkins.
Tiny pumpkins.
I can't stop buying them as soon as we're already in October. I haven't bought one yet, actually, but okay. I can't stop. If you see them in the supermarket, I'm just like, look how cute these are. Tiny pumpkins.
Tiny pumpkins. And I have a very sensible question that I've just remembered. Not my magazine questions. Would you change your disability for anything?
No. And would you like me to go into a bit more information?
You can go. It's a closed question, so you could literally go no, and we can go, and moving on back to what's your favorite drink? Yeah, that kind of thing. But would you like to? Yeah, if you'd like to say why.
So yeah, no, I wouldn't change that. I think a lot of people say to me, "Oh, well, don't let it kind of make who you are." But it is part of me. It's part of my experience, and it's part of my life and things like that. I find things hard with autism, being autistic, but also I find things like amazing. And when I come up with kind of ideas and my different thought processes and how I might see things, that there's so many things to kind of celebrate in that as well. Yes, I struggle. I'm not going to sort of say, and I know everyone is different, and it is different for everyone. But yeah, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't be me. I don't think that's the thing. So yeah.
I think that's the great answer. I think that's the Zen answer. I quite like. I like that answer. Not that I think any other answer is bad. My answer is always, because I haven't actually said this on the podcast, my answer is, I'm like you. I wouldn't change it for the world. I would, however, like to meet alternate universe Kate. Just cause. But then again, I'd like to meet alternate universe Kate with a number of different, not just no disability. It would be with blonde hair, or 10 or 6 foot, or just all different kinds of different things. If I'd gone down a sciences route with my university, or I'd love to meet all the different alternate universes.
Have a big convention where you all meet.
Have a big cake convention, but it's not specific to disability. It's just, generally speaking, I'd love to know how most things panned out in different realities, and also different realities, because I don't know whether COVID would be going on for alternate universe Kate. So it's kind of, it would always be interesting to kind of find that kind of thing out, I think.
Yeah,
it doesn't affect you. It's just quite interesting to look at it from a kind of overview and go, no, I like myself, but I just like to know. So not change myself, but change other people. Right. So you have promoted your thing. When is your next online gig?
Who wants to book me?
This is an open offer. If anybody would like to book any of our comedians, please do let us know. That is always a thing we would like.
I've been looking into a few, but I haven't kind of booked any yet. So at the moment, I'm working with, I'm on a workshop with Eden in Sheffield, who do LGBT filmmaking and events and things like that, and we're on a project to make a film. So I've been quite busy with that at the moment and making a film, and I've been working with Bradford Producing Hub I'm on their new producers training. So I've been learning quite a bit with them, and I've been writing on working on a bit of a radio play and a few other bits. So I've been very busy.
I really want to ask about what the radio play is about, but at the same time, I'm like, no, don't give your ideas out on the internet. So don't do that.
Secret,
yeah.
secret project for now, and that
Secret
sounds like you
project.
don't have an idea, but it's...
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yes, so you've got lots of things in the pipelines, but not necessarily a gig at the moment. But again, if you'd like to book Paisley, please do message either Paisley J Boyd on Twitter, or actually, yes, go by Paisley J Boyd at Twitter, because otherwise Benny's acting as her agent and he'll be taking 10% to act as his agent, and don't want to be taking any money from them at all. So don't do that. So
Benny will have that control. Ooh.
Yeah. Don't. Yes. And
No,
actually,
that's perfect.
don't do that. So I would like to say thank you very much to Paisley. They have been a fantastic guest, and I really, really appreciate it. And I would just like to point out that this coming Tuesday is cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy special. So myself and Benny will be talking at. He likes that. He likes the idea of being an agent. Like, no, you cannot be their agent, Benny. You cannot be their agent. Okay, that's not how it works. But yes, this Tuesday is a cerebral palsy special because it is World CP Day. So please do tune in for that. Also, I think, Benny, if you would like to hear from the man himself, then it is. I believe he's doing Laugh Able next week, with the brilliant Mark Burwood, who on this podcast gets called Mark Burkwood because Benny is rubbish with names. It's great. I would like to say thank you very much to Paisley. Thank you. I'm going to clap like I'm on Steve Wright.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
It's
I
been
really enjoyed
absolutely
it.
lovely to have you. And goodbye, internet. It's been great. I'm going to end the podcast there. Thank you very much.
Goodbye, internet.
Oh, don't forget to PayPal if you liked this and would like to support the night. Thank you. Yes, we'll both do that. Like that. Bye. Thank you very much. Thank you.